Welcome to Mindset Facts, the place where we build the mindset, habits and actions to create a life you're proud of. Today, I'm sharing a simple formula that can change your entire life. Just 1 hour a day. It might sound small, but when used the right way, that 1 hour can transform your skills, your income, your confidence, and your future. So stick with me until the end, because I'm going to give you 7 powerful principles to make the most of 1 hour each day and turn it into real, lasting change. And if this is your first time here, make sure to hit like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss any of our life-changing episodes. Stop and think about it. We all have the same 24 hours in a day. So why do some people use those hours to completely change their lives, while others let the days slip by with nothing different to show for it? The answer is this: they protect one powerful hour every day, an hour they dedicate fully to themselves, to their future, and to their growth. Most people underestimate the power of 1 hour. They think change only comes from big breakthroughs, rare opportunities, or huge chunks of time. But here's the truth: 1 hour a day, used with focus and purpose, becomes 365 hours a year. That's more than 9 full work weeks invested in you. Imagine what you could build, who you could become, with 9 extra weeks every year dedicated entirely to your growth. 1 hour a day is the bridge between who you are now and who you want to be. But that bridge won't build itself. You have to make a decision to protect 1 hour that cannot be negotiated away. The magic isn't in how much you do in one day, it's in the consistency. 1 hour today might not look like much. Tomorrow it might still feel small. But after a month, after a year, you'll look back and realize you've moved farther than you ever thought possible. Think about learning a new skill. 1 focused hour a day for a year can take you from beginner to skilled, and that opens doors to new income, new confidence, and new opportunities. On the flip side, wasting that same hour on mindless scrolling, gossip, or distractions doesn't just cost you that moment. It costs you the future that hour could have created. 1 hour a day is the best investment you'll ever make, because you are the best asset you'll ever own. But it takes commitment. You'll always have an excuse. I'm too busy. I'll start tomorrow. 1 hour won't make a difference. These are lies that trade your future for short-term comfort. The truth is, you don't need the whole day to change your life. You just need 1 hour, fully focused, every single day. No half effort, no multitasking, no kind of doing it. 1 hour where you're all in, learning, practicing, building something that matters. When you start doing this, something shifts. That 1 hour begins to influence the other 23. You carry the focus and energy into the rest of your day. You stop drifting and start moving forward with purpose. Success isn't built in one giant leap. It's built in hundreds, even thousands, of small, focused hours. And by showing up for 1 hour every day, you're already ahead of most people. This is the difference between the dreamers and the doers. The doers show up every day for themselves, even if it's just 1 hour. The dreamers keep waiting for the perfect moment, which never comes. So, take this as your sign. The best time to start was yesterday. The second best time is right now. Pick your hour. Protect it like your future depends on it, because it does. Time will pass, no matter what you do. The only question is, what will you have to show for it? Here's a hard truth. You don't get paid for the hours you work. You get paid for the value you bring to the market. And that value only grows when you level up your skills. If you want to change your life, earn more, open more opportunities, become the person people trust and seek out, you start with yourself. The first and most important step: dedicate 1 hour every day to building a skill that makes you more valuable. Many people feel stuck in boring jobs, low pay, no growth. But when asked, "Have you learned any new skill in the last 6 months?" their answer is usually number. They wait for opportunities instead of creating them. They think hard work alone will get them noticed. But in reality, the market doesn't pay for effort, it pays for results. Skills are what create results. If you can solve problems others can't, you become irreplaceable. If you can communicate clearly, inspire trust, and move people to action, you become someone everyone wants to work with. If you understand finance, strategy, or can create exceptional products, you open doors most people can't even see. 1 focused hour a day is enough to take you from zero to a skill that transforms your career and income. Imagine 1 hour learning a new language every day. After a year, you're fluent enough to work globally. 1 hour learning coding after a year, you're ready to take on freelance projects that double your income. 1 hour honing your writing after a year, you're a skilled content creator, author, or brand storyteller. The key is to choose the skill that will have the biggest impact on your future. Don't chase trends. Don't pick something just because others are doing it. Ask yourself, if I master this skill, will it create the biggest change in my life? That's where you focus. And here's the secret. You don't need 100 skills. You just need a few that are razor sharp. In a competitive world, success comes to those who are exceptionally good at a handful of things. But skills only turn into real power when you practice deliberately. That 1 hour can't just be passive learning, it has to be deliberate practice. You know exactly what you're working on. You measure your progress. You push yourself just a little past your comfort zone. If you're learning communication, spend that hour talking to people better than you, practicing presentations, joining groups. If you're learning to code, spend it writing real code, solving problems, building projects. If you're learning design, create actual work, get feedback, improve it. Never settle for just doing it. 1 focused hour beats 10 unfocused hours every time. And here's the beautiful part. Every skill you grow doesn't just change your income, it changes how you see yourself. Every time you get better, your confidence grows. You start believing you can handle challenges, create value, and step into opportunities you once thought were out of reach. Picture yourself 1 year from now. Version 1 still doing the same things, avoiding growth, letting time pass. Version 2 invested 1 hour a day in a new skill, sharpened it, became more valuable every single day. Which version earns more? Which version is respected more? Which version has more choices? You already know the answer. So starting today, pick 1 skill you'll commit to. Write it down. Schedule that hour. Protect it like the most valuable asset you own, because it is. And a year from now, you'll understand why just 1 hour a day was enough to change everything. School might have given you a foundation, but it's not enough to carry you for a lifetime. The world moves too fast, industries change overnight, and if you're not learning, you're falling behind. 1 hour a day of self-education is the difference between staying stuck and moving ahead. Reading isn't just about collecting information, it's about rewiring your thinking, expanding your perspective, and learning from decades of someone else's experience in just a few hours. Think about it. A single book can condense a lifetime of lessons from a billionaire, a world-class athlete, or a brilliant scientist. You can download their mindset, their strategies, their mistakes, without paying the price they did. But most people won't do it. They'll say they don't have time, yet they'll scroll on their phones for hours. The truth is, you don't find time, you make time. That 1 hour a day, Could be in the morning before the world wakes up, during your lunch break, or before bed. And it's not just books, podcasts, courses, documentaries, interviews, all count as self-education if they grow your mind. But here's the key. Don't just consume, apply. Information without action is just entertainment. If you read about a skill, practice it that day. If you learn a new strategy, test it immediately. The gap between knowing and doing is where most people fail. And don't just read what's comfortable. Growth comes from stretching your mind into areas you're unfamiliar with. If you're in business, read about psychology. If you're in tech, read about leadership. If you're an artist, read about marketing. The connections you make between different fields are where innovation lives. 1 hour a day might not feel like much at first, but after a year, you'll have read dozens of books, learned hundreds of new ideas, and reshaped the way you think. And here's the part most people underestimate. When your thinking changes, your life changes automatically. You start making better decisions. You start spotting opportunities you used to miss. You start avoiding mistakes before they happen. Self-education is the ultimate competitive advantage because so few people commit to it consistently. Skills can be learned on the job, but wisdom comes from seeking knowledge beyond your immediate environment. The more you learn, the more valuable you become, and value always finds a way to be rewarded. So stop waiting for someone else to teach you what you need. Take responsibility for your growth. That 1 hour a day is your university, your training ground, your secret weapon. A year from now, you'll look back and realize that the books you read, the ideas you explored, and the lessons you applied have built a completely different version of you, the version that's ready for anything. Success is never a solo game. The right people can open doors you didn't even know existed, while the wrong ones can quietly drag you down without you noticing. 1 hour a day invested in building and maintaining the right relationships can change the entire trajectory of your life. Think about it. Every major opportunity in your life probably came from a person, a recommendation, a connection, an introduction, a piece of advice at the right time. People are the bridges to your next level. But here's the problem. Most people network only when they need something, and that's why it feels fake. Real networking isn't about collecting business cards or adding random people on LinkedIn. It's about building trust, creating value, and staying connected over time. That 1 hour a day could be reaching out to someone you respect, checking in with an old contact, attending an event, or simply having a meaningful conversation with someone in your field. But it's not just about professional networking. Your personal network matters too. The people you spend the most time with shape your mindset, your habits, your standards. If you're surrounded by complainers, you'll complain. If you're surrounded by doers, you'll start doing. This is why Rohn famously said, "You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with." Use that 1 hour to raise your average. And here's the part most people overlook. You don't just find great people, you attract them by becoming one yourself. When you're reliable, skilled, and generous with your value, high-quality people want to be around you. Your network grows because you're worth knowing. One conversation can change your perspective. One introduction can change your career. 1 hour a day building relationships is not wasting time, it's planting seeds in the most fertile ground there is, people. A strong network is like an insurance policy for your goals. When challenges hit, you have people to call. When opportunities appear, you're the one they think of first. And remember, it's not about quantity, it's about quality. A small circle of the right people will take you further than 1,000 shallow connections. So be intentional. Choose who you invest your time in. Give without expecting, but also protect your energy from those who constantly drain it. Because the truth is, your environment will either pull you forward or hold you back. and you have the power to decide which one it will be. 1 hour a day, every day, building and nurturing the right connections. That's not just networking. That's building the foundation for a future you can't even imagine yet. Time is the only resource you can never get back. You can lose money and earn it again, lose opportunities and create new ones, but every hour that passes is gone forever. If you don't learn to master your time, someone else will use it for their agenda. 1 hour a day dedicated to mastering time management isn't just about being productive, it's about taking control of your life. Most people think they're busy, but they're just reacting. They jump from task to task, message to message, putting out fires all day, and then wonder why they're exhausted but nothing important got done. Here's the truth. Being busy is not the same as being effective. Productivity is not about doing more, it's about doing what matters most. That 1 hour a day could be spent planning your week, setting priorities, learning better systems, and cutting out the time wasters that steal your future. It means learning to say no to things that don't align with your goals, even if they're tempting or urgent. It means scheduling your most important work during your peak energy hours instead of letting them get buried under trivial tasks. And it means protecting that 1 hour like your life depends on it, because in many ways it does. Time management is really energy management. You have to know when you're at your best and put your most valuable work there. Don't waste your sharpest hours on mindless scrolling or meaningless meetings. 1 focused hour in your prime is worth more than 5 hours of distracted effort. And here's a mindset shift. Every yes you give to something is a no to something else. Say yes to a random invitation, you might be saying no to your workout. Say yes to another episode on Netflix, you might be saying no to reading that book that could change your life. That's why successful people are ruthless with their time. They guard it, they use it with intention, and they treat it like the rare asset it is. The beautiful thing about mastering your time is that it compounds. The more you practice, the more you get done in less time, the more freedom you have to do what you truly care about. 1 hour a day, learning and practicing time mastery is like building a system that works for you instead of against you. You stop living in reaction mode and start living in creation mode. And when you control your time, you control your life. So here's the challenge. Look at your day and ask, where is my 1 hour going to be? Block it, protect it, fill it with what matters most. Because the truth is, your calendar is a reflection of your priorities, and your future will always be built in the hours you protect today. Money isn't everything, but it touches everything. It affects where you live, the choices you have, the peace of mind you feel. You can chase your passion, help others, and live the life you dream of far more easily when you're not crushed by financial stress. The problem is, most people spend decades working hard, but almost no time learning how money actually works. They know how to earn it, but not how to keep it. They know how to spend it, but not how to grow it. And that's why, no matter how much they make, they always feel like it's not enough. 1 hour a day learning about money can change that forever. Money is not some mysterious thing only for experts or the wealthy. It's a skill. Like any skill, it can be learned, practiced, and mastered. And once you do, it gives you something far more valuable than just cash. It gives you freedom. There are 3 pillars to master: earning, keeping, and multiplying. If you only earn but don't keep, your money disappears. If you keep but don't multiply, inflation eats it alive. But when you do all 3, you move toward financial independence. That 1 hour a day could be spent reading about personal finance, learning to invest, tracking your spending, or building an extra stream of income. And here's one golden rule: pay yourself first. Before you pay the bills, before you buy anything, take a portion of your income, 10%, 15%, even 20%, and put it towards savings or investments. If you wait to save what's left, there will be nothing left. And understand the power of compounding. Einstein called it the eighth wonder of the world for a reason. When your money earns returns and those returns earn returns, it snowballs into something massive over time. But it only works if you start early and stay consistent. Living below your means isn't about deprivation, it's about discipline. Spend on what matters, cut the waste, and channel the difference into building assets that work for you. Because here's the truth. When you control your money, you control your choices. You can choose work you love instead of work you need. You can take time off without fear. You can help others without hesitation. 1 hour a day learning and practicing financial mastery is like building a shield around your future. It protects you from panic when the economy shifts, and it puts you in position to take advantage of opportunities when they appear. And the best part? This isn't about becoming obsessed with money, it's about using money as a tool to design the life you actually want to live. You can have the clearest vision, the sharpest skills, and the best opportunities, but none of it matters if you don't have the health and energy to show up. Without it, success becomes a constant uphill battle, and eventually you burn out. Health isn't just the absence of sickness, it's having the energy to live and work at your best every day. When you feel strong, you think clearer, you work faster, and you make better decisions. When you're tired and weak, even the smallest tasks feel heavy. Too many people treat health as something they'll get to later, until their body forces them to stop. By then, the cost in time, money, and opportunity is far greater than if they had just taken care of themselves from the start. 1 hour a day for your health is the highest return investment you'll ever make. It's not just exercise, it's movement, nutrition, recovery, and mental well-being. Physically, that hour could be a workout, a run, yoga, or even a brisk walk. Nutritionally, it could be preparing a healthy meal instead of grabbing junk food. Mentally, it could be meditation, deep breathing, journaling, or simply spending time in nature to reset your mind. And socially, it could be connecting with people who lift your spirits and give you energy instead of draining it. Because your environment is part of your health too. 1 hour might not seem like much, but over weeks and months, it compounds into better stamina, sharper focus, and a stronger immune system. And here's the truth, your health doesn't just affect you. It affects your family, your work, and everyone who depends on you. Taking care of yourself isn't selfish, it's one of the most responsible things you can do for the people you love. Start simple. Pick one healthy action you can commit to every day, and protect that time. Build the habit. Increase it over time. The hardest part is starting, but once you feel the benefits, you won't want to stop. Because the truth is, success is only as good as your ability to enjoy it. And you can't enjoy it if you're too tired, too sick, or too stressed to live fully. So protect that 1 hour for your health as fiercely as you protect your goals, because without health, there is no goal worth chasing. Thank you for spending your time with me today. If you take just one thing from this video, let it be this one focused hour a day can completely transform your life. Not overnight, not in a week, but through the power of consistency, discipline, and intention. A year from now, you'll look back and see a version of yourself you can barely recognize in the best way possible. But it starts with a choice you make today. So pick your hour, protect it fiercely, and fill it with the actions that will move you closer to the life you want. If you found value in this message, hit the like button, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and subscribe for more content that challenges your thinking and fuels your growth. I appreciate you being here, and I can't wait to see the progress you make. This is Mindset Facts, and I'll see you in the next video.